Hello and welcome to Movie Mandates. I'm Kelly,
And I'm Andrew.
and this is the show where my brother and I force each other to watch movies, penalty by death if we do not. But we choose to watch movies based on a specific monthly theme, and this month it is July. And because we hate each other so much, we chose the theme, Is it as bad as I remember? And last time we watched Brothers pick Babe because we both hated it as children. And then we watched it and went, okay, it's not so bad. So let's see if it works two times in a row with my pick, Mars Attacks. But before we see if lightning strikes twice, Brother gets to, since I picked the movie, it is only fair that Brother gets to challenge me in a little segment we call Trivial Trivia.
Okay, so
Okay.
one of the notable things about Mars Attacks is its gigantic cast.
Oh my golly.
Um, so gigantic that they ran out of actors and Jack Nicholson had to pull double duty playing two different characters.
Which confused me the whole time. But we'll talk about that later.
Yeah. So, um, other than Mars Attacks, name five movies. Sequels do not count. So
Eh,
if Jack Nicholson's characters survived and there was a Mars Attacks 2 and he also played two characters in Mars Attacks 2, that wouldn't count as two. So,
sure.
okay. So, name five movies where an actor plays multiple roles. Bonus points if they're not related. The characters are not related,
Oh, okay.
right? So, Jack Nicholson's characters in Mars Attacks are just two completely different
That
people.
is true.
That would be 2 points. But if they were
Ah.
like brothers or something, that would be 1 point. So five movies, 10 points possible. Let's see how you do.
Okay, so there's the Parent Trap, but they are related.
That's right.
And I'm
I
not
was
going to use
about to
both of
ask
them.
which one, but it doesn't
Doesn't
matter.
matter.
It's
Haley Mills
Haley
and
Mills
or
or
Lindsay Lohan
Lindsay Lohan, yeah.
does not matter. Still just counts as one.
Hmm.
Um, is it called Big Business with Lily Tomlin and Bette Midler?
Oh God. I'm gonna have to IMDb that. I think so. Let me double check that real quick.
Okay. All right.
Yes, it is big
Big
business.
Business? Okay. It's called Big Business with Lily Tomlin and Bette Midler. And then you
They are
have,
they are both Bette Midler's characters and Lily Tomlin's characters. They're related or are they not? I don't remember.
I can't recall.
Let
I
me
think no, they are. No, they are because here's what happens. They are
Two couples of
twins.
sisters
They're
from New York and
they're
the countryside discover they're connected in an incredible way. Yeah,
because
okay.
they're twins that are switched at birth. So
Oh,
Lily
that's right. It's
Tomlin's
two.
a
That's
twins. They're
right.
two twins that are switched at birth. That's what it is.
That's right.
Okay, so you have those two. And
See,
then you
I
have
wrote down a bunch of example movies and I didn't have big business, so I didn't think of big business.
the Prestige with Christian Bale,
Hmm. Yeah,
right? Okay.
that's they're brothers, aren't they?
No,
Are they
he's
not?
are they not? No, it ooh. I think he's
They're
oh, maybe they
they
are
I think they
brothers. Yeah, I
are.
think they
They
are
have to be,
brothers.
right?
No bonus points. Golly. Okay, yeah, they are just brothers. Okay. Um, and then you have uh I mean you have the Nutty Professor.
Hmm.
So, and that's 800 characters or something.
Does
But they're
are all of the
all
dual roles
related.
there? I think they're all his family. I don't. This is another movie where you could have said Nutty Professor and Nutty Professor too. That's why I said no.
Sure, but I
I
definitely
think
believe
all
they're
the dual roles are just his family members.
I think they
I
are.
think
Yeah,
so.
I do think that they are. And then I really want to find one that someone plays a double role, but it's for no good reason. like
Hmm.
Jack Nicholson because there was golly, there was
There were just no more actors, so that's my
absolutely
theory.
no good reason. Oh, isn't there a movie
We need to hire
with
another actor for this role. There aren't any more. You got them all, Tim. Sorry.
wait, isn't doesn't Armie Hammer play the Winklevoss twins in The
Who are
Social Network?
related, but yes.
Yes, I know, but I
Okay,
so I
that's
didn't go
five.
for bonus points.
No,
I
you got it. I said five movies.
I really can't think of I'm gonna want to think of those though.
Uh,
Because there's also what's his name? Oh, Tom Hardy plays a dual role. But again, I think
I
they're
mean,
in
he
like
does
Legend
play
or
Eddie Brock
Legion
and
or
Venom. I don't know if that
no,
counts
no,
to.
no, no. There's a movie called like Legion, not Legion. That's the one with Paul Bettany. But there's a movie with Tom Hardy, and he plays a double role. But I do again believe it's brothers, and it's I can't. I want to call it
Well,
Legion, but
Eddie
that's not what
Murphy
it's
does
called.
play a bunch of his own family members in Nutty Professor, but there's another movie where he plays multiple roles where
The Clumps or the Clumps.
that
The
is the Nutty Professor, I'm pretty sure. I think The Clumps was like the name of the sequel.
the okay.
Yeah, but he's in a
Medea
nut.
has a million of them. Medea plays a million characters in all of her
It's that Tyler Perry.
Tyler Perry. Yeah.
Does he play? He plays. I have not seen. There's like
Oh,
13
does
of
he
these damn things.
not? He
I don't know
plays
if he plays
Medea.
multiple roles or if he just plays Medea.
Oh, does he?
I've
I
never
wonder
seen
if
any of them, so I have no idea. I should at
that's
least watch one
true.
because there's like a
I
baker's dozen
should.
of them.
Because I was going to say, I wonder if he plays Medea, but also has a role as like
Yeah, I have
Tyler
no
Perry.
idea.
I don't. Ooh.
But think of another Eddie Murphy movie where he plays multiple roles.
What's the one where he plays Buddy Love? Is that
That's
also
the
the Nutty
Nutty
Professor?
Professor.
Am I just continually thinking of Nutty? Okay, he's the Nutty. What is the other?
Arsenio
What?
Hall's in it.
Oh, Coming to
There you
America.
go. They play the bunch of the
And
guys
they
in the barber
play
shop.
a million people who are not related. That,
Yeah.
yes, okay. And so does our, yes, okay.
There's a movie done by the Wachowskis that has most of the lead actors
Oh, the
from
Cloud
multiple
Atlas, the
Cloud
Cloud
Atlas,
Atlas
right?
movie. Yes, 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 yes.
Um, I would have given you it's shit, what's his name? Not Keegan Michael Key, his comedic
Peele,
partner.
Jordan Peele.
Jordan Peele, yeah, one of his movies.
Well,
I think you've only got like three to choose from.
the
Us, yeah.
us.
They're not technically
The
related. They're just
doppelgangers. Yeah,
doppelgangers.
that's
So
true. They're just
that's
doppelgangers.
most of the
That's
cast in that movie are playing at least two roles. So
that is true. That is true.
let's see, what else did I have? Oh, Spaceballs.
Oh
Mel Brooks plays
yeah,
President
Mel
Scrooge
Brooks.
and uh, Yogurt.
That is, yep.
Let's
Yogurt,
see.
especially raspberry.
Yep. Um, uh, Spy spoof.
A like Naked Gun? I really want to
That's
see
more
the
of a
new
cop
Naked Gun.
spoof, but
Oh, a spy spoof.
yeah, like James Bond spoof.
Oh. This guy.
Yes, Austin Powers.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
Mike Myers plays a couple different characters in the various
for
movies.
those listening and not watching, I put my pinky to my mouth. Couldn't think
No.
of his name. Do I? We had a, so here's what happened.
And Wizard of Oz. Because the Margaret
Oh,
Hamilton plays the mean lady on the bike and the Wicked Witch, and then you've
oh,
got the
that's
guys who play
right.
the
Everybody who was
farmhands who
in
plays it.
the
Yeah,
farmhands all play that. That's so
yeah.
funny. We were
You got her
at
name
the
right, right? Margaret Hamilton, is that right?
Margaret Hamilton. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yes. We were at the
Other than Judy
table the
Garland, I
other.
think that's the only name I know from that movie.
Ooh, yeah,
I wonder what the
I
dog who played Toto's name is.
I don't know. I should know more names from that. Like I'd know them if I heard them. Like if
Mhm.
someone said them, I'd be like, "Yes, you're right." But like I can't. muster them up. Like I feel like I should know another name. Hmm, you know what? I don't feel so bad about it. It's fine. I'll allow it. So
Okay.
I don't know another name.
Still, you got five.
But yes, I got
There you
five.
go.
Which ones were other than Big Business were the other ones on your list that I said?
Prestige was not on my list. Neither
Yes.
was the one you're trying to think of with Tom Hardy, which I'm
You know,
not.
I might have to look that one up because now it's gonna be irksome. Uh, imdb.com, enter. So, though I misspelled IMDb, as I said,
Back to the
imdb.com.
Future count because you've got characters playing older and younger versions.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
oh no. Well, you've got Back to the Future too because Michael J. Fox, who's also in Mars Attacks, plays like his sister in the future or something, or his like daughter in the future, right? Yeah,
it would be Legend. It's called Legend.
not the
And
Tom
they're
Cruise.
brothers, Reggie and Ron Cray. I wonder if I think maybe they're based on, it was 2015. It's called Legend. Okay, I'll allow it. It is what it
Because you
is.
say legend, I'm thinking of the Tom Cruise Tim Curry movie.
Me too, which is why I was like, no, because that's why I was like Legion or Legend, but both of those are already taken, so it can't be
Yeah,
either of
Paul
them.
Dano or Paul someone, the Legion. Paul. It's not Paul
Bettany.
Dano.
Bettany.
Bettany. Thank you. Oh, Paul Dano played brothers in uh There
Oh,
Will Be Blood, right?
Paul Dano, he was in There Will Be Blood, but was he,
Didn't he play brothers in that? The
did he have a dual role? I've seen it.
didn't he? Or am I thinking of something different?
I I don't
I
know.
saw that movie in the theater, and that's the only time I saw it. So
So
it's
did
been a while.
I on the same day as No Country for Old Men. Not the
Yeah, me too.
perfect. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah,
Not the
I think we different states,
yes.
but we were seeing the same event. All
Yeah.
the
And
best
I'm like,
picture. It was
not the best double feature
Michael
there.
Clayton was that year, adaptation, which I really quite liked.
Great. You know
Um,
what though, like about adaptation is that's a movie that like Full
Juno, I
Metal
think is
Jacket are both movies. And I do very much like adaptation, the full movie. And I very much do like Full Metal Jacket, the full movie. However, both are movies that I can get a full movie going and full experience just watching the first half and feel like fulfilled.
wait,
Like
adaptation is the one with Nick Cage. What was the
incorrect. Yes, adaptation is the one with you're thinking Atonement.
Atonement?
Okay,
That's what I
here's the
meant.
thing. You said adaptation. I knew you meant atonement, so I just went bloop.
Yep. Okay. Yeah.
I
Atone.
will
I
talk
liked
about
Atonement.
atonement.
I have
And
not
I
seen
will
adaptation.
and adaptation's
It's a
good.
multi-syllabic word. It starts with
It
A
starts with
what?
A. They were both Oscar nominees. They didn't win
Not
the
the
Best
same
Picture
year, but
prize.
you
No,
know.
they didn't. Adaptation is actually very good, and he plays two characters in that. Mr. Nick
Brothers
Cage
though,
does.
right?
Yes, so we
It's
don't get
usually
extra
the that's why
points.
I did that as a bonus points thing. It's because I was thinking about I'm like, no, that's if I that restriction's hard.
It's a very hard. We would have still been sitting here. I'm like, let's talk about the movie and then we'll come back to
Doctor
it.
Strangelove.
So I haven't seen that and I want to talk about that.
Peter Sellers plays
This is a
Ryu?
perfect segue. I have not seen Dr. Stain. Let's try it again because it is a perfect segue.
Yes.
You'll just take that out in editing.
Sure.
Of course you will. Doctor Strangelove. I have not seen it. Now, that's a piece of my hair. I don't feel like, and I think we've had a discussion about this before when we talked about Stand By Me. Um, and I was relating it to an episode of Family Guy, where there was a Family Guy episode that had the very end of Stand By Me in the episode. And I had seen the episode many times prior. And then all of a
Mhm.
sudden I was like, oh, hey, look at that. And I got it on a whole new level.
Mhm.
Now, having watched Mars Attacks again, um, Okay, we'll talk about it in a second. But I'm curious, is there a lot of Doctor Strangelove in this movie? Because I
Not
feel
really. I mean,
okay,
there's some.
motif.
I'd say there's some motifs, some homages, some things that are influenced by it, but
Okay,
I mean, that movie, the way like war rooms and stuff are kind of presented, that's more. It kind of set the template for how that does, even
okay,
though Strangelove is a comedy.
yes,
I think there's certainly an influence there, but I don't think it's Mars Attacks is really riffing on that movie specifically.
okay, okay. Because I will. Ooh, hiccup! My golly.
Maybe a little bit, maybe a bit again, maybe a bit in the set design of that war room.
Yes, okay. Because I was
Kind of
wondering
evokes a similar feeling.
because in the clips and stuff that I've seen of Doctor Strangelove, I was getting the feel in that war room and some of the shots and stuff, and I was like, I wonder how much. Not that I would get more or but I would be like, I wonder how much Tim Burton was like, let's kind of, you know, pay homage or pull from here a little bit and because we'll get into the movie now.
Mhm.
And the two, three, however many things I want to say about it is I get it. I like that's all I need to say about I don't I get what he was doing. I get it. Like I don't I don't like it. That has not changed.
Hmm.
My dislike for it has. Like I don't vehemently be like Mars Attacks was the
You
worst
weren't put
movie.
off by it.
I was not put off by it. I don't feel I feel like to me this is a movie that I watch and I go, why was this movie made? Like I kind of am like I don't really understand the point of this movie fully. I, I okay, like I watch like I don't feel anything. Like the feeling I have going into the movie, feeling I have going out of the movie. I have not changed in any way. And I normally enjoy it when I have feelings. And this movie didn't give me any of those. That being said, I get it. And I just need everyone to know I get it because all of the um I get the stylization. I get the like from a, and because you and I are who you and I are, I can remove myself from the enjoyment factor and look at it from a composition factor.
Hmm.
And compositionally, it is quite stunning in just and in the uh like when Sarah Jessica Parker and our good friend Pierce Brosnan, who we were just talking about, when they see the alien on screen and they're
Before
like,
we hit record,
yeah, before we hit record.
for those listening.
Um, when she's interviewing him and they stand and they do the, in that the big stylized, like,
Hmm.
just everything
Yeah.
and like how people like the oversized pipe and just the man in the the three men that are telling the president, the one that's like kill them all and the one's like
Rod Steiger, yeah.
yes. And then, and with the sunglasses on indoors at all times.
Yep.
And then you have the man with the pipe that's like, now let's not be too hasty with the perfectly slicked back hair. And who is playing, like, everyone was
They're
either
playing
playing
archetypes, yeah.
oh man. And they're like going so deep into it. Like, and so, like, the craftsmanship, I get it. And like I appreciate it all and I appreciate like you know they're Martin Short the womanizer. You're just like Okay, and it's funny and it's very interesting and
Look, he's got a very stressful job.
he's got a very stressful job. But so I could appreciate a lot about that, whereas I think the first time around, just watching it unfold, I was like, this is so just dumb and terrible and like why are they acting like that and why is this happening and heads without bodies can't live and like I don't know. I was a serious child, I guess. No, I'm joking. But yeah, I have always enjoyed being able to find something to enjoy. So there you go.
So it's like so you're essentially not laughing at a joke and telling the comedian, look, I understand the joke.
Yeah,
I admire the craft that went into structuring the joke in an effective manner.
yeah.
I just don't think it's funny.
No, I just don't think your joke is funny. Like I applaud how you had to look at that. You had to
Yep.
research that joke. You
Hmm.
really took that time to,
I can
give it a
see
good
and admire
think.
the craft
Yes.
behind it. I don't care, but it doesn't make me enjoy.
Ab absolutely. Absolutely. But at the end of the day, I'm just like I'm happy for you that others found it amusing or
Yes,
whatever.
yes. Look at everyone else laughing.
Look at them laughing.
I'm
I'm so
very
proud.
happy for you.
So proud of you. Um and I am so confused as why he played two characters.
That's why I joke that they ran out of actors.
And it's true. Like, yeah,
Because
yes.
this movie has an even bigger cast than Independence Day. Very similar, structurally similar film
Yeah.
that came out the same year. I think this came out, Independence Day was came out July 4th, weekend in 96, and this came out end of the year, like November, December, something like that. It was a Christmas movie. Um,
Oh yeah. That's right. The timing was also, 'cause that's right, because it came out on the heels and we were all like I-4, which I know you and I hated that marketing
the
so,
ID
so, so,
4, I'm
so
like,
much. Oh, that's
what?
right. ID-4. We're like,
Yeah.
what the heck does that mean? But yeah, in that
Independence
year.
Day
It's on the
4.
4th. But like, yeah, you come out in a year when you
I
have
think
this
they were
great
trying to
alien
capitalize
movie.
on T2.
Oh,
Terminator
I'm
2 is
sure.
often marketed as T2, and it's like, no, that just doesn't work. Please stop doing that.
Yeah.
And then they
Yeah.
got to X-Men 2, like, 4 or 5 years later, and they're like, X2, X-Men United. I'm like, that's not the name of
That's
the
not even the
movie at
title of the
all.
movie. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, yes, because also I will say I liked Annette Bening. I liked her character. I thought it was really cute. I thought she was
Yeah, I don't think I have ever seen Annette Bening do anything similar.
no. No, well, that's what I found so fascinating in the casting, because the casting was either I'm going to cast you by type, and you're then going to go so far into that type. Like, we need a debonair, like, suave man. Pierce Brosnan, okay, but go so sickeningly down that road
Mhm.
that you have a pipe and the greasiest back hair, and you talk very slowly and calmly and you make me want to take off my pants just by looking at me. Like that, I mean, like really, or I'm gonna cast Michael J. Fox and make you a Lothario. Like what? Like, that he's like looking at himself in the mirror, but then he like has this heroic death. And you feel so bad. Because like truly he has a very heroic
I
ending.
mean, he doesn't really save anything, but
No, but he tries. He really loved her. Like he loved his hair, but he really loved her. But I thought Annette Bening completely different. But at the same time, and here's where the confusion is, I feel like in the scenes that she is with Jack Nicholson, Her hair is much redder, and her accent is a little bit more pronounced than when she is off alone on her ethereal journey. Her hair is a little bit softer, and she's a little bit more wispy and airy in her voice. And I never saw her as this, amethyst guru in the first scene when you meet her, and then to be like, hitting chimes and stuff in the
Yeah,
Nevada
she
desert.
just seems like she's a dipshit gold digger who's just with an asshole just because he gives her money.
Right, and that makes a lot of sense, but like it just is like, so I was like, are those two different characters as well?
Mm,
Nope, nope, they are not.
same
Because then
guy.
when she comes back, she's like, I was out there. And I was like, oh, okay, you were out there. And it makes sense later with the plane and everything. But I
Hmm.
was like, it just, it's a story. And it's also comes to a point, his storyline was pointless. Like the entire
Yeah,
storyline of the second Jack Nicholson
doesn't really
does
amount to anything.
nothing. Pointless. She
Yep.
could have just been a hippie.
Danny DeVito's character doesn't really make a lot of sense.
No, he just
Doesn't
really,
he's
although,
he's there in like two sequences. He
yeah,
has and he's funny,
it's
but
Danny
it doesn't
DeVito.
really do anything.
Yeah, yeah. But what's oh God, I can't remember his
It's
name.
like weird that uh Jim Brown and Annette Bening and Tom Jones are
Best part of the movie, Tom Jones at the end when he's like, Eagle,
deer,
animals.
squirrels, and goats. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
Not unusual to be.
that actually
That's
is
great.
funny.
So it's weird that the movie's not doing a thing where it's like, okay, we need to get out of here, and we've got a plane. Oh, Annette Bening, your husband, other Jack Nicholson, flies a plane, so they try to get to him, but then the aliens blow up the building he's in, and he dies. And they're like, oh crap, what are we gonna do now? And then they get Tom Jones. That you'd think it'd be like, oh, okay, I get what we're doing here.
Right.
No, it's just, hey, we need a plane. Uh, do you? And she's like, do you know anyone who can fly one? He's like, yeah, your husband. He's like, oh, he's dead. It's like, how does she know that? We don't. Was she there? Was she across the street watching? Who cares? And then they meet Tom Jones, and he's like, can you fly planes? He's like, yeah, you got one. So.
Yeah.
And then the cocktail waitress just kind of walks in from off screen and joins the group, and I can't say I blame her. And it's
Yeah,
like, oh,
she's
they
like,
have a plane? I was
she's
with
like,
this group the whole time.
I'm here the whole time. I love though, like, Jack Black is playing the army dude, and Christina Applegate is like barely the, but I'm like, that's Christina Applegate. And that
Her performance, and she's in two scenes in the movie, I think.
she
Uh,
kisses him and makes love to another dude.
yeah, what I was watching her during that scene where Jack Black gets on the bus and Jodan Baker and the rest of the family is seeing him off. I was watching Christina Applegate because she had no lines. She had nothing to do.
Nothing.
She
No.
kissed Jack Black and waved at him, and now she had nothing to do. But damn it, if she's not going to stick her ass as far behind her as she
Stick
can and
her
her chest
ass
out as far as she
out.
can
Oh my
and
God.
play with her gum and just she reminds me of
So good.
Rick Moranis in Ghostbusters. If you watch him playing Louis Tully in the background of some scenes, he's just off in his own little world doing his own thing. She kind of reminded me of that. Just she's
Amazing.
like, I'm gonna perform. I have nothing to do in the scene, but I'm gonna perform.
But I know what
I'm
I
gonna use
got,
the hair
and
and the
it's
outfit. Yeah.
TNA, baby.
Um,
TNA.
Jack Black was which were there any characters that you just totally forgot they were in this movie? For me, Jack Black was one,
Jack
and
Black.
baby Natalie Portman was another one. I was
Baby
like,
Natalie, but
oh,
when the
totally
credits
forgot she
were
was in
coming
this.
up, yeah, when the credits were coming up, I was like, Natalie Portman's in this? I was like, how the heck old is this movie? Like, when? And then when I saw her, I was like, oh yeah, she's still a kid. Okay, that tracks. And I thought it was again. there was some humor. Like I did find some things humor.
Sure.
There there was some humor in my nail. There was some humor in the fact that she's like, people live here, like, because she lives in the White House and like she's trying to get into rooms, and like there's guys being like, you can't come in here now because there's a tour, or like when guys leave the president's bedroom and they come out screaming, and she's like, guys, people live here and whatnot. And I think to myself, that's funny. Doesn't work like that. I'm sure that there's a big separation
Yeah.
of like office things and all that happens over there, and living quarters are over here, and
I don't know that the White House has the secret sex room that
no, I'm sure that there's not
that
a fishy
Martin Short has.
sex room. Again, maybe there is. I've actually never been inside. I've only been outside. Um, but
Oh, I have too, come to think of it. Yeah.
yeah, but uh so yeah, I do not know. And again, I don't know the layout. I've not looked at those blueprints. But one would assume that it's not like that, but it is kind of a funny thing to
That's
think about.
yeah.
So I was like, oh, that is funny. Like she's like, people live here. And you're like, oh, so yeah, I had totally forgotten about baby Natalie Portman. Um, but there were moments that definitely did come back to me. Um, I did like when Pam Grier got off the bus and yelled at her kids and brought them on the bus, and then everyone on the bus clapped. I was like, heck yeah, you're clapping at that. Um,
What's funny is one thing, one of the many praises I will levy at this film is everyone knows exactly what movie they're in. Um,
yeah, yeah,
and but having said that, I found the Pam Grier and her two boys, and Jim Brown too. Just the way they interact, like the most real and most natural interactions of anyone in the movie.
yeah,
There
yeah.
there's even like some like I'm wondering if some of the dialogue between the two kids was just kind of improvised because you can barely hear what they're saying because they're just kind of, hey,
They're just playing
yeah,
video games and talking. Yeah,
yeah, they're just putzing around with each other. I'm like, that's very naturalistic acting, or they're just kind of improvising. It's like, yeah, that'll we didn't hear you, but whatever, you're just kids. It doesn't really matter what
yeah,
you're saying.
absolutely. I can agree with that. But I like the payoff. The payoff is good with those kids because then, they're
Yeah,
ditching school, they're
I
playing
was
video games,
actually
they're
kind of, there's a lot of things in this movie. Another thing that impresses was when we first get that joke where Natalie Portman is wandering around the White House and she tries to go somewhere and one of the guard guys is, Kevin
Mitch.
or whoever, Mitch or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah, he's like, "I'm sorry, man, we have a tour going through here." And she's like, "Oh, okay." I'm like, "Why is that there?" But it actually pays off later when the Martians are invading the White House and they're scrambling trying to get away. It's like, this way. It's like, no, I'm sorry. There's a tour coming through here. It's like, okay, that was set up and that's pretty funny. And that actually leads into the boys who we've already established like to play the alien shooty video games, picking up the discarded alien guns and protecting the
Yeah.
president. And then I guess they just go home at some point.
Yeah, they're like, all right, we're out of ammo.
Yeah,
Bye.
the movie,
Um,
here's one thing I'll say about another thing I will say about the movie is it's got an even bigger cast than the already stuffed Independence Day, but it handles it really well. I mean, this movie is incredibly well paced, never drags, it's never confusing where we are or who these
no.
people are,
Yeah.
even if they don't really have much influence on the plot at all, as we've mentioned with a couple of them. It's never like, okay, where are we? Who is this now?
Right.
They're juggling like 20 damn characters
Several
in
plot
multiple
points.
different places and doing a really strong job at it. And I felt the first half of the movie was a lot stronger than the last half because it seemed to just kind of like what I was saying with the that tour group thing that was set up and paid off and it made sense. But then you get to the end of the movie and like I was talking about with it's like, oh, Art's dead and so we don't have him to fly the plane, which we've just recognized as a problem. Oh, we're getting Danny DeVito to show up. Oh, he's leaving. and he's walking the other way and he gets killed and we're still there for some reason to make a joke. Why
Yeah.
were okay, okay, whatever. How the hell did Jim Brown get to DC overnight?
Yeah,
Glad he's
right?
alive. I don't know how he
Very
got.
much so.
I,
Did he walk?
I mean, I don't think a bus is going to get you from Vegas at like midnight to. Well, I mean, if you, I mean, you'd. I don't know. You think he'd have to hit at 6 a.m. Maybe it's 5 o'clock in the evening, and he drove. I mean, no, that's too far. I don't know how he got there, and
Yeah, time doesn't work like that. But
maybe he
yeah.
found another plane. I don't know.
Maybe he took their plane, he just dropped them. He parachuted them out in Tahoe and he's like, I'm gonna go the rest of the way. I'll figure it out. Huh, I
Uh,
watched Tom Jones fly and it didn't look that hard.
yeah.
Um,
But yeah, the movie kind of isn't as I mean it's still structured well. It's never confusing and a lot of the action sequences are fun, but I don't think it's structured as well. So it's not a very good movie. It's not particularly satisfying. I don't think it's as funny as it could be. I like the movie more for its aesthetics
hmm
and its fun cast than
hmm
really anything else.
Yeah,
It's like, oh, look, the Martians are knocking over the Easter Island statues with a big bowling ball. Oh, the
right.
Martians dropped the Washington Monument on a bunch of Cub Scouts. That's funny.
And that
Um,
they're like pushing it like the other ways and trying to like scare the kids. They're
yeah,
like, oh
it's like,
no,
oh, they're running the other.
oh
Oh, oh, shit, shit, shit.
yeah,
Um, I like gory, weird, gory details. Like Pierce Brosnan's head is hanging in the contraption, but his neck is still like a gory, bloody stump that's still dripping.
yeah.
Um, those details are funny. Also, being that I've seen this movie before, I ended up watching like background stuff, like seeing what Christina Applegate was doing in her scene where she had nothing to do, or looking in the background of the alien spaceship and finding an alien just kind of hoofing a cow. It just has a cow. It's an alien. He picked up a cow and he's just taking it somewhere, probably to probe it.
Good for him.
There's a in the room where Sarah Jessica Parker and Pierce Brosnan is. If you look in the back, there's a clown in a
Oh,
in like a glass vial, just kind of captured.
oh, that's
No,
terrible.
don't know what he's doing there, but there's a clown. Um, I also think the score to this film is utterly brilliant. Um, it's Danny Elfman, which is my
Par
favorite
for the course.
film composer, so that's probably not too surprising. But I think the film score is just incredibly strong. It's very, very funny. I love the design. I love a lot of the physical. Lisa Marie's physical performance as
Is
the
really good.
Martian girl
Yeah.
is really good and really creepy.
Ooh,
I don't know. They probably have her on like a skateboard or something because she's like pantomiming
yeah.
locomoting and she's just kind of gliding forward. And there's this one scene where she falls a little bit behind Martin Short and she hunches over and thump, 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 and then straightens up again and goes back to the regular movement. And it's
hmm
like, that is creepy as shit.
Yeah,
It's really
she does.
wonderful.
I had yeah, that was really good. And it was that was another one that when the credits came and I saw her name, I was like, that's right. There's that one alien woman that, comes up later. And I was like, I remember all about that. I liked um uh but yeah, I think there's a lot of fun. You are correct. There's a lot of fun little trinkets throughout, like when the president and Pierce Brosnan are in, they're in the they're in the White House like watching the TV and like, watching what's happening with the first meeting. They're
Hmm.
watching Natalie, they're watching Sarah Jessica Parker's coverage, not Michael J. Fox's
Hmm.
coverage. And that's an
Funny.
interesting, like, what an interesting thing. Like, you don't think about that, but like if you're like watching it not for enjoyment like me. No, I'm joking. No, I kid. But like, if you're like if you actually like take a step back and think about that, you're like, because Pierce Brosnan had a crush on her and la la la. He's probably like, oh, let's watch Natalie, the not real journalist, do the let's watch her feed rather than the
Hmm.
actual feed type
Like
of
a
a thing. So it's
giant, shiny
a
hubcap.
hubcap, yeah. And it's just very interesting how that came. And I will say, like, the one thing that I think, not the one, I don't know why I say that because there's probably several. I'll say the one thing 42 times, but I won't say the 41st thing, the 42nd thing. Um, something. Ah, how about that? That I do think is interesting is, and then I want to ask you just an opinion, just to see what you think. Um, is that they kill the heck out of us. And I think that that's true. I don't how callous they are in their little spaceship, laughing and being like, ah ha ha, who knows. Um and how callous they are with just our life and, obliterating it
Mm.
also, who knows. But I believe that if there's going to be I mean they're not going to I mean I I do think that having an alien invasion film with just like, nope, they came here to kill us. So, sorry, it's storming. So that's what the lights were doing. Um, so very blatantly being like, no, we're here to annihilate you. And I know there are annihilation movies. There's a lot of annihilation movies, but this one is kind of really
Independence Day. I mean, they're here to just,
blow up
wipe
the
us off
planet.
the face of
Yeah,
the
but
earth
like
and
this
take
one
our
is,
stuff.
I feel like the way this one shows it is so much because like when people blow up in buildings, we can really, that building blew up. It was empty. We're not going to think about, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
And this one's like, by Congress, we're going to not just blow up the building, we're going to show you everyone inside and their skeletons. Like it's such a different, and I think that there's an interesting like it's crude and it's disgusting and like maybe a lot of people don't want to watch it that way, but
It's
it's kind of brilliant in a like, yeah, yeah, that's kind of what that's gonna be,
yeah,
y'all. Like
it's a
in a
really
weird sort of
weird
way.
tone
Yeah,
that you
it's
need.
really weird.
Yeah, I mean, because the film is dark. I mean, people die and people die horribly.
Everyone dies,
And
basically.
it's not particularly gory. There is some blood, but it's more disturbing than
Yes.
anything else.
Yes.
Um, and if you're not, and that's a major contributing factor to why we didn't enjoy it when we saw it in the theater back in
Yes.
'96, is because the film was marketed as just this, as goofy as the aliens themselves look. And
Mm-hmm.
we were expecting just a fun, goofy little romp. And then it's immediately a guy gets shot in the gut and then it doesn't just like zap and turns into a skeleton. No, he burns from the inside out up to his face and then collapses into a chard. And the skeletons are like neon red and neon green, so it's
Oh yeah,
kind
and
of
they are
funny, but
quite cartoonish
yeah,
now.
it's
Yeah.
absurd, but it's also kind of horrifying.
Right.
And if you're not expecting that, I think that's why we were just so put off when we first saw the movie. And I think we even recognized it at the time. I think it's like, I might have liked this if I knew what I was getting
If I
into. I
knew,
wasn't
yeah.
expecting a completely different tone and style of humor.
And they killed the dog.
And they
You
do
don't
kill the
do
dog,
that.
yeah.
But so the interesting thing, here's a query for you.
And I think Glenn Close chucks the dog's head at the
I think
That's
she
like, was
does.
that a shoe or is that the dog's skull? I think she just chucked the dog's skull at the alien.
So just out of curiosity, brother. But yeah, no, it is quite a crude, it's quite a nasty thing to watch. Um, but I think the interesting thing is in that like all these annihilation movies. it just hides the fact that it's real people that are dying. And like this one is just
Hmm.
like, hey, when they come and annihilate us, this is actually what's happening. So and it's, we don't want to see that.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, for example, one good thing is, Rod Steiger's death in the movie, he gets hit with a shrink ray, and he's like, shooting at the aliens and flips him the double bird, and the alien steps on him. And that's like, oh, that's funny. But then, a pool of gore starts spreading out from underneath the alien's foot. And if you're not in the right frame of mind, that changes it from funny to, oh,
oh,
now I just
yeah.
now I just feel bad.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
this
Yes.
guy got crushed to death. That turns it from, when Wile E. Coyote falls off a cliff and slams into the ground, it's funny, but it wouldn't be funny if he suffered and died, you
Right. He
know?
just turns into an accordion and it's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, right. It's funny. So now I do have a gross sense of humor. So I watching the film again, I can appreciate it and vibe with it.
Yes.
I still don't think it's that great of a movie,
Right.
though I do think it's constructed quite well for the most part, and I do really like a lot about it. I like a lot of the surface level stuff, the tangible details, the
Yes.
design and stuff like that. So,
And there's moments like when the guy who comes to greet the first man who dies, when he's talking to his wife, the colonel or whatever,
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
when he's like, see, I told you if I just shut my mouth and just keep everything, I'm gonna get the best thing, and I'm the one who's gonna meet the Martian ambassador. And like, like granted, watching this
He
again,
basically just said he's 3 days from retirement.
and he's like, this is it. Like, this is my big thing, and I'm about to meet the Martian ambassador, and I've shut up my whole life. I've never stood up, and this is it. And like, you're like, oh man, you about to die, dude. Like and you're like, mm-hmm. Yeah, you're about to die, and you just told your wife, like, you never, maybe you should open your mouth once or twice. But do you think in this, it has no bearing on anything, just a curiosity. So the Martians, their language is
They
ack.
they killed the black guy first.
Yeah, they kill a dog and a black guy, so they're just, um, so their language is just a whole bunch of ackety, yakety yak, don't talk back.
Mhm.
Um, and we being Earth, have a apparatus that some scientist created that can um translate the two languages. So it can translate our language into ack, and those acts into English. Now, when our language is being translated into ackety acks, their reactions are interesting, but we have no idea what it's actually saying. And then when their language is translated into English, it says, I come in peace, and they basically say, I
Well,
come
the
in peace.
first
Like,
announcement that they try to translate is completely
so
nonsensical.
the first announcement is nonsensical, and then he's like, no, I got it right now. I'm totally good. And
Hmm.
it says, I come in peace. And then I think there's something else later when they're all talking, but it's still like, I'm friendly, I'm nice, I'm friendly. But I think it's like, I
Oh
come
yeah,
in peace,
they
I come
actually
peace.
have the machine, although it's weird that they have it because I think that's in Nevada and the machine would have been in DC somewhere unless they
Yeah.
whatever. But they they hit record and like and then they play it back. Don't run. We are your friends.
That's what it is. We're your friends. Don't run. We're your friends. Don't run. We're your friends. Don't run. We're your friends. So, my query to you is just do you think that we just had the machine wrong and we just weren't good? Do you think that um they, being the Martians, were playing, or do you think that their language and our language just don't vibe?
Oh, I think they're just playing.
Oh, okay.
I think we come in peace. No, they don't. I think they're.
Well, I know that they
I
actively
think they're
don't.
punking us on purpose.
Okay, so it's
I
not
think they
like
think it's funny.
when they say
They
peace,
do seem to have a problem with birds, though,
full on have a
because he
problem with
shoots the
birds.
dove, but getting distracted by like a parakeet in a cage is how they get the drop on Lisa Marie, Alien. She goes and shoots the thing in the cage. So they do seem to have a problem with birds. They must just kind of creep them out or something like that. But yeah, I think they just think it's funny. Like, no, no,
Interesting.
we're your friends. Don't run.
Don't run, we love you. Yeah.
Let the
Okay.
Flurkins eat you. You will be fine. Stop running.
That is funny.
Oh my God.
That is
How
true.
can anyone not like a movie with that scene in it?
That is so hilarious, that scene. Yeah, because I just thought to myself, I'm like, I wonder if we just didn't perfect that thing, or
Mhm.
if maybe their language and our language
Just
doesn't
completely
actually
incompatible.
fit. It doesn't
Yeah.
actually fit. Because obviously it doesn't have any sort of inflection. So it's not as if like they could be like, don't run. It's a bot. It's gonna not have inflection anyway. So I was it again, does not matter. They killed everyone
Yep.
that they could
Both of
until,
Jack Nicholson's characters, in fact. Yeah.
yes, until grandma's old, who,
I think it's Slim Whitman.
yes, Slim Whitman. Yep. Came in and crooned the death into everyone's.
Yeah, very War of the Worlds kind of ending. Although you know what, I like that ending better than War of the Worlds because War of the Worlds is like they really didn't think of that. They really didn't think that some alien pathogen would not mix with their physiology. We humans would think of that.
Yeah.
That one's kind of surprising. So it's like, who would have guessed that the vocal stylings of Slim Whitman would just make their heads explode? And also that's funny.
Yeah.
Um, in the original story on the trading cards, I
I'm
th
sorry, what?
the Mars Attacks is based on a series of trading cards from Topps, I think.
Oh, they do baseball cards. Do you
Yeah,
know? Do you know?
That's what the Mars Attacks property originally was. It was these few dozen trading cards that had illustrations on the front and little stories on the back that told a complete narrative. Aliens come and do stuff. The biggest difference is in the not the book, in the trading cards, they like use they like make all the Earth's insects giant, and a lot of the carnage is wrought by just giant insects eating people and stepping on things. That's not
Yeah,
in the movie at all. Uh, and
that would
then
be fascinating.
how it ends, it's not music that makes their heads explode. Humans just rally and then go to Mars and kick their asses, I think is how it ends.
Good for us.
Um, but a lot of the stuff you see in the film does come from the trading cards, like the shrink ray and the giant robot thing, and I think there's a freeze ray in the original cards. I don't think that's in the movie anywhere. Knocking like some of the like I think you know some of the monuments that they knock over are from the cards. A couple things are yeah you know kidnapping pretty oh that there's an interesting question. Was Sarah Jessica Parker wearing that silver underwear set under her dress the entire time,
That's
or
another
did
like
they
yeah,
have that and put it on her?
yeah, I was wondering that thing too. I was like, what is she? I think that they had that and they put that on her because that is a non-earth like
Yeah.
garment. Um, most definitely. Yeah, very, very interesting. Um, yeah, but
Have
but
you ever seen any of Sylvia Sidney's old the grandma,
the
the old woman who had the music? Yeah,
yeah, the
she
woman,
like
she
that
was in Beetlejuice.
caseworker in Beetlejuice, right? Who
It's like
keeps
I
breathing
don't think
smoke out her neck.
He's like, I don't think we survived the crash.
What was your first get clue or whatever? Yeah, she was big in the 30s. I went through her filmography, and
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen other than like her later stuff like Beetlejuice and this one. I don't know that I've seen, and she was in a bunch of movies throughout the 30s, and some of them. Well, she actually
I'd
worked
love to see.
great
She's
movies.
beautiful. She has great
Mhm.
delivery.
Oh
She's
yeah, she's great. I
the
don't think I've
camera
seen
loves
any of her
her.
earlier films. Yeah,
Like we should watch one because yeah,
yeah.
she's wonderful to watch,
It's
wonderful to
kind of
listen to.
like Jack Lemmon. I think the first time I saw Jack Lemmon in something from like the late 40s, early 50s, somewhere around there, I was like, oh my God, baby Jack Lemmon. Yeah.
Right. I remember when I saw the Pope of Greenwich Village and I was like, Mickey Rourke used to be hot? Well, this is awkward. Um,
Mhm.
I when watching this movie, I just thought to myself, self, no. I thought, what would I do in a way? And I did give it a think. And obviously, because we have the arch here, the arch is gone. So I'm like, okay, so Missouri would absolutely, like St. Louis would be hit because, we have a monument here.
Mhm.
But I was like, they were showing a whole bunch of people running amok outside. And I'm like, first off, like go inside, go downstairs, like I mean, or go to a basement, go to a cellar, go somewhere. Because I was thinking, would they get bored? Like, are they trying to take over Earth? Or like
There's
were
a
they leaving? Like, were
They
they
have a reason
leaving?
in the original story, and I don't remember if it's like resources or they like screwed up their own environment and they wanted ours, or if they just wanted to steal all our pretty women's.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
because I was thinking to myself, again, there's
I remember
zero
the giant bugs.
there's zero MO in this movie, and I guess you don't need it, but it was in my head, like just because I like to overthink things, it's what I do. Um, I just thought to myself, when President Jack Nicholson sends the apology for the dove and they receive it, that's when they come back because they're in their ships and they've kind of gone. And I was like, I wonder if
Well, I
like they
mean,
would
gone
have
from the surface of the earth. They're just
right, but I wonder
in
if they
orbit.
would but I wonder if they were like gonna bounce and they were just like what were they gonna do? Were they gonna come back? Were they like, well, whatever, those idiots, they're nothing
That
like
went well. That didn't go very well. Let's
that
be
didn't
honest.
go very well. We just killed a lot of people, like, nah, not
No, I think they were here to just cause
to
havoc.
just cause havoc and or like use this as a plaything and then be like, all right, I'm done, that toy needs to
Yeah.
fix itself again, and then we'll come back in another 100 years once it's mended and we'll play
Oh,
again.
the flaming stampeding cattle, that's directly from the cards too.
That was interesting at the beginning when they're like, "Ooh, it's barbecue," and they're like, "Not me though," and then it's just like flaming cattle, and I'm like, "Oh, that's in poor taste."
Yeah, it's that where it's both funny and also like, oh man, that's kind of horrible. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So there you go. That just sets the tone for literally like that first. And so that's how you should know. You should know right there from the beginning of the movie when they're talking about it smells so great, it smells like barbecue, and then a
Living cow
stampede
of
of
cows on fire on
on
flambe
fire
that
cows
fast.
come
Yeah.
by. You're like, okay, well, that tells me all I need to know for the rest
Yes.
of the film.
They lit a bunch of cows on fire and apparently took one because they have a cow up in the ship that you see in the background.
They're like, it does smell delicious after all. So there you
Yeah.
go. But hey, we watched it, and at least now I know why I had the feelings I had, and at least now I can vocalize them a little bit better, right? Right.
Right.
So a good time, or at least a time was
A
had
time
by
was
all.
had by all.
A time was had by
It's
all.
hard not to have one.
It's hard not to have a time when an hour and 50 minutes was had. So, thus ends As bad as I remember month, but thus does not end movie mandates because that does continue in August with time travel movies. Andrew, what is your mandated movie? I'm getting my pencil.
Yeah, I talked about this before we started recording. This was another one where I had like a short list of things, a combination of movies I haven't seen but want to see, and movies that I've seen and I want you to see so we can talk about them. I
Fun.
decided to go with something that I've wanted to see, but I'm afraid I'm not going to like because of its rating.
Oh, on Rotten
So
Tomatoes? Or
no,
like,
it's MPAA rating.
is it a G?
No, it's PG-13, and I think Happy Death Day should be R.
Oh, I've seen it.
Okay. I have not. I've always wanted, they did a sequel to it.
I've
Um,
seen that too.
okay. Uh, when I first saw the trailer for Happy Death Day, I was like, ooh, that's a fun idea for a movie, a slasher Groundhog Day kind of a thing. That's great. It says, Happy Death Day, open everywhere, August 3rd, PG-13. I'm like, no! No! You don't do a PG-13 slasher! You take a... That's like doing an R-rated porno. You're taking away all the stuff I'm specifically watching it for.
It's like doing a family-friendly burlesque.
There you go. So, but I know some people really like the movie. So, maybe it's just a fun, more of a fun comedy or something that just happens to use slasher tropes. I don't know. We'll find, well, you already know, but next time I will know.
Yes, you will. Yeah. This is the one with the baby face mask.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Okay.
I think the sequel is Happy Death Day to
To
You.
you.
I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
that's not too bad.
Yeah.
I'll give them
Yeah.
that one.
Oh, you guys. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna try that again. You can
Mm.
take that out and
Yep,
edit
yep,
it.
yep.
You
I'm
have a lot of editing to do on
studious
this.
with my editing on these hour-long podcasts.
Yeah. Yes, you cut them up very well. They're doing great with all 7 views that they get. But hey, so if you would like to watch Happy Death Day as well, then check out the description and see where it is currently streaming or where it is available to rent. Doo-doo-doo. So until then, you can watch Movie Mandates on YouTube and see our gorgeous shiny faces because we don't use powder of any sort. Clogs my pores. Or you can just simply listen to our
Well, not on
voices.
my face.
Swamp ass is a real thing in the summer. So, you gotta do what you gotta do. Listen to us on iTunes. And, if you like us and you think we're funny, engagement is key. And tell your friends about us because we would like to tell them where to put their powder as well. So yes, comment and listen and ring bells and subscribe and give us stars. Thank you. So I'm Kelly, as you should know that by now. And you can follow me on Instagram at Pimento Olivia, but just that one O.
And I'm Andrew. You can follow me on Blue Sky at Andrew Eisen.
And we hope that you've enjoyed this episode of Movie Mandates, and we will be back soon with another mandated movie. Bye, everyone.
Hi.